Welcome to video 7 and our final part of this video bootcamp series. Now, two of my biggest secrets are going to be shared with you right now. And if you use these, I absolutely guarantee you that you're going to get the results that you want. First, you need to be willing to give without want before you can have. This is a quote that I came up with about a year and a half ago that really sums up everything that I've learned, and it's really been the catalyst that's helped me achieve the kind of success that I've been fortunate enough to have. So go over that quote several times again and memorize it. Again, you must be willing to give without want before you can have. Now, if we want to translate that formula into practical terms for our industry, this is probably what it would mean. First, understand why other networkers would join you in your business. It's not for the product, it's not for the compensation plan, and it's definitely not for the management team. It's because you are offering a solution to their problem, and that solution is going to come in one of two forms. Again, you or your knowledge, your leadership, your expertise. They're going to join you because you can teach them and show them how to build a successful business. Or second, you are offering a business building or marketing system that can provide them with a solution to their current marketing problems that they can see themselves having success with. Now, these are really the only two reasons a network marketer is ever going to join you. And these are the two things that you really have to give and make it very obvious when you do so. So let me ask you a question real quick. What do you think this magnetic sponsoring video series has been about? Why do you think I take the time out of my day to write all of our readers several times a week? And honestly, it takes me 2 to 3 hours to write a newsletter. I'm not that quick, as probably most of you think otherwise, though. You know, you and I have never met before, yet I share my knowledge with you with the expectation and understanding that you may continue to take and take and take, and I may never get anything back. Not even a thank you email, right? Well, it's because I know that it's not about that. I have knowledge that can help you become the leader you want to be. And magnetic sponsoring is a system that can help you build a bigger, more profitable business fast. So stop spending yourself broke trying to play that mine is better than yours game, comparing the ORAC values of your vitamins to the ORAC values of someone else's, their compensation plan, their sales numbers, when they launched, whatever, right? None of it matters. Sell yourself, sell your solution. Take the focus off the company because it is never going to be the reason for your success or anyone else's. Market help. Serve people. This is why I get 3 to 5 phone calls every day and hundreds of emails from other networkers around the world wanting my help and wanting my advice. This is why complete strangers call me and ask to join my team even before they know what company I'm a part of. They do it because I know I can help them get what they want through a knowledge and through a system that is going to allow them to do the same thing that I have. And it's not hard. You can learn how to do this as well, faster and easier than you think, even if you've never sponsored a single soul up to this point. And you have to ask the question, why, or how is that possible? Well, it's because no matter who you are or what you've done, you can give, and when you do so, you will be given back too. So that's my first secret. Let me share my second secret with you right now. If you've ever been to one of your company's larger events, you've probably been just a little bit envious of the people who seemingly showed up one day and then 3 months later, they're at the top of their company comp plan with a massive organization that basically seemed to appear out of nowhere, right? I know I've been in that situation, and my question to you is, would you like to know how that was done? I'm going to assume the answer is yes and give you the way that they've done that and the way that so many people have been able to do that right now. And on the surface, the answer is probably going to appear pretty simple. It's the execution that really requires some effort here. So what they've done is, over the course of years, they have established relationships with other network marketing leaders around the industry who know more leaders and who in turn know even more leaders. All of these people, every single one of them, carry assets, expertise, and influence that allow them to walk into any company, to pick up the phone, and to start a massive domino effect of activity that builds and builds exponentially. Now, here's a quick question for you. Who would you rather sponsor? 3 leaders who have built organizations of 10,000 distributors each, or 3,000 distributors who have never sponsored anyone, right? They're all brand new to the business. Well, hopefully you'd rather have those 3 leaders on your team as opposed to the other 3,000. So that is how they walk into a company and build a massive organization quickly. But what you've probably never been taught is how they form those ties. Now, you might have an idea or two in your head, but they've probably, anyone else you've known in this industry, never really dared to tell you, because they know that 99% of the people in their downline would never be willing to do what they did. But I'm going to tell you right now. First, you need to start thinking long-term, much longer here. We're talking 3 to 10 years down the road. What you do today is going to have a direct impact on the rest of your career if you have the foresight to plan that far ahead. Most people do not. Now, this business, when it comes down to it, is 10% about you and 90% about who you know, because of the kind of compensation plans that we deal with. Second, you need to professionalize your contact database. This means you have to start keeping complete and thorough details on every new contact that you make. Now, I'm not talking about all of your contacts, obviously. I'm talking about what we call eagles or aces, stars, the other leaders that you meet, the truly sharp people who already have a track record of success in life and in this industry. And when it comes down to it, we're probably talking about 5 to 10 people out of every 100 that you speak to. Find out who they are. What are they about? What are their hobbies? What are their families like? When are their birthdays? If you haven't read Dig Your Well Before You're Thirsty by Harvey Mackay, go to Amazon.com right now and pick up a copy. It's a fantastic book on this subject. Now, third, you have to find a way to get in front of these people. Now, I'm not talking about buying genealogy lists and cold calling these folks trying to pitch your business to them. That's retarded. You're never going to get anywhere with that. You need to get in front of them so you can shake their hands and have a conversation. If you want to just sponsor a distributor, genealogy list, great. You can do that all day long. If you want to sponsor a star, if you want to sponsor a winner, it's not going to happen. The best place to start is at your company's conventions. And I said your company. Now, what better place to go out and meet and build relationships without any kind of agenda whatsoever than with network marketing leaders who are already in your company, right? Now, you might be wondering, what's the point of doing that if you can't recruit them? Obviously, they're in your company. Well, you need to remember, again, that this is a 5 to 10 year game plan. We're not thinking about today or even tomorrow or next week. We're thinking 1, 2, 3, 5, 10 years down the road from now. So that's method number 1. Method number 2 is to go to the national MLM training seminars that take place throughout this country all the time. When you do, you're going to notice that many of the industry's top income earners are in attendance, and guess what? They're not there for the training, okay? Finally, you can meet other industry leaders by marketing yourself online using the concepts that we teach you in the Magnetic Sponsoring course. Now, your mission is to build a Rolodex of hundreds, even thousands, of these other MLM leaders. I'm talking about true networking here and relationship building. Your goal is not to sponsor these people again anytime soon. This is a long-term game plan. Our goal is to create relationships and friendships, because all it takes is literally one single leader out of that list to completely change your life forever. And trust me, that is absolutely worth waiting and working for. You see, professional networkers are only going to work with people that they have either come to know, like, and trust. It's that value and status thing. People want to work with others who have equal or higher values, levels of value and status than themselves, and these people are absolutely no different. It's an inner circle, and you have to take the initiative and the time and effort to go out and introduce yourself and to include yourself into that circle. Now, again, understand that you, as a complete stranger in the beginning to these people, basically have no chance whatsoever of sponsoring them. You couldn't sponsor me. I'm not going to work with someone that I don't know and that doesn't offer any value to me personally, right? It's not going to be any different for anyone else. And right now, you probably hold no value in their eyes unless they've heard of you and you've built a positive reputation for yourself. So you've really got to go out and earn that right. You have to earn that value, and you have to demonstrate it through the relationship that you're going to build with them over time. Now, as I mentioned earlier, in the last 60 days alone, 15,326 network marketers from around the world have contacted me through my advertising. So does this whole process of magnetic sponsoring work? Of course it does. Absolutely. This is how the biggest leaders in the industries have built their business. I did not invent this. I observed it and I learned it after 10 years in this industry. Now, what do you think that's going to total in 5 years? What do you think that will be worth, those kinds of numbers and the relationships that I'm able to draw out of those numbers, right? The people that and the stars that I'm able to find within that massive group of people. Well, unless you're building a professional 5 to 10 year Rolodex in this industry, it's just a hobby to you. You're taking your upline's advice at face value and doing the recommended minimums, and that's not going to get you to where you want to be. That's not thinking like an independent $1 million leader does. So here's what you need to do next. Continue your education. Buy every single course you come across on the subject of marketing and personal development. Everything that you come across, literally, that is what changed my life. Become so valuable to other people that you cannot help but attract a following. And once you do, you're absolutely going to get the results that you want. There's no easy ride, there's no shortcut. But if you do what I just mentioned, you will absolutely change your life and become financially independent. So thank you very much for joining me throughout this series, and I definitely look forward to getting to know you better. Make sure that you go to magneticsponsoring.com and set up a profile. We've got an absolutely amazing community of leaders throughout the industry, and if you want to learn from some of the best trainers out there, and if you want to meet these people and start building your Rolodex, magneticsponsoring.com is the place to do so. So set up your profile, connect to me, and thank you.